No plan, no progress. These words are simple, yet they carry one of the most profound truths about life, success, and personal growth. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to move forward effortlessly, achieving their goals and living a life of fulfillment, while others struggle and feel stuck despite their hard work, the answer often comes down to this one principle: the absence of a plan. You see, life does not move by accident. Success does not fall into your lap. Progress does not happen because you are busy. It happens because you are intentional. You have a map, you have a destination, and you are willing to take the steps to get there. Without a plan, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the wind takes you, powerless in the face of circumstances. Think about the great achievers throughout history, people like Thomas Edison, who spent years experimenting to bring the light bulb to life. He did not stumble into success. He followed a plan, a methodical approach to testing, failing, learning, and trying again. Or look at someone like Jim Rohn himself, who constantly emphasized the power of discipline, planning, and deliberate action. These individuals understood that clarity precedes progress. They knew where they wanted to go, and they laid down a roadmap to get there. And that is why planning is not just a task or a chore. It is the very foundation of your future. Planning does not mean that life will always go smoothly. It does not guarantee that you will not face setbacks or challenges. But what it does do is prepare you to respond to those challenges with confidence. Without a plan, every obstacle feels insurmountable, every problem overwhelming. But with a plan, even the hardest challenges can become opportunities for learning and growth. The plan becomes a compass that points you toward your destination, even when the terrain is rough and the path seems unclear. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what it really means to have no plan. Having no plan is more than just not writing down your goals or skipping a to-do list. It is a mindset. It is a way of living that accepts life as it comes rather than shaping it with intention. It is saying, "I will see what happens," rather than "I will make this happen." When you live this way, you surrender control over your life. You allow circumstances, other people, and luck to dictate your results. And while luck can occasionally bring short-term wins, it can never build a sustainable, fulfilling life. Imagine two people. Both are equally talented, both have similar opportunities, both have dreams. One sits down, writes out a plan, breaks it into actionable steps, sets deadlines, and commits to following through. The other waits, hoping that things will work out on their own. 10 years later, you will see a massive difference. One has built a life of achievement, purpose, and confidence. The other is left wondering why they haven't progressed, why their dreams remain out of reach, and why life seems to have passed them by. This is the power of planning. It separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. Planning is not just about career goals or financial success. It is about every area of life: personal growth, relationships, health, and contribution. Without a plan, your health suffers because you never schedule exercise or think about nutrition. Your relationships struggle because you never take the time to invest in meaningful connections. Your personal growth stagnates because you drift through life reacting rather than learning, reading, or developing skills. And your contribution to the world remains limited because you never chart a course for how you can make a difference. Every part of life requires a plan. Every dream requires a map. One of the most common reasons people avoid planning is fear. Fear of failure, fear of commitment, fear of making the wrong choice. But let me tell you something, failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Doing nothing ensures failure because it guarantees that nothing changes. Planning does not guarantee perfection, but it guarantees progress. Every step you take according to a plan moves you closer to your goal. Even if you stumble, even if you need to adjust your course, you are still moving forward. The person without a plan remains static, trapped in a cycle of frustration and regret. Another reason people avoid planning is the myth of spontaneity, the idea that life is better when it is lived in the moment, without structure or strategy. While spontaneity can be enjoyable, it cannot replace direction. Living in the moment without a plan may feel exciting, but it often leads to wasted time, missed opportunities, and a lingering sense of dissatisfaction. A plan does not kill joy. It amplifies it. When you have a plan, you know what you are working toward, and every small success along the way feels like a celebration. Planning allows you to enjoy life with purpose, rather than simply surviving it. Planning also teaches discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, even the best plan is useless. But discipline comes naturally when you have a plan that is meaningful. When you know why you are doing what you are doing, when you see the end goal clearly, you are motivated to stay consistent. Discipline is not about punishment. It is about honoring your vision. It is about saying, I have a destination and I am willing to pay the price to get there. Let's talk about practical steps. How do you start planning when you feel lost or overwhelmed? First, clarity is key. Define exactly what you want. The more specific, the better. Vague goals like I want to be successful are powerless. Specific goals like I want to increase my income by 20% in the next 12 months give your brain something concrete to work toward. Once you have clarity, break your goals into actionable steps. What needs to happen today, this week, this month, and this year to move you closer to your objective? Write it down. Create deadlines. Hold yourself accountable. Next, anticipate obstacles. A good plan is not just about the steps you will take. It is about preparing for challenges along the way. Ask yourself, what might go wrong? What could derail me? And then make contingency plans. This is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. Life is unpredictable, but planning gives you resilience. When a storm comes, you are ready to navigate it rather than being swept away. Another vital component of planning is review. Your plan should never be static. Life changes, opportunities arise, and priorities shift. Schedule regular times to review your plan, adjust your course, and celebrate your progress. This keeps you engaged, focused, and motivated. It also prevents stagnation. Progress is not linear, but with a plan it is continuous. Every small step builds momentum, and momentum is the secret to long-term success. Remember, a plan does not need to be perfect to be effective. Many people delay planning because they want it to be flawless. Perfectionism is a trap. The real power lies in starting and taking imperfect action consistently. A plan is a living document, evolves as you learn, grow, and gain experience. The key is to start. Begin where you are with what you have and adjust along the way. No plan, no progress. These words are a call to action. They remind us that time is finite, opportunities are fleeting, and life will not wait. If you want something, you must go after it deliberately. You must chart a course, take action, and persevere until you reach your destination. The alternative is stagnation, a life of what ifs, and maybe someday. Do not settle for that. You are capable of more than you realize. Your potential is waiting to be unlocked. And planning is the key. As you think about your own life, I challenge you to ask, where am I drifting without a plan? What areas of my life are stagnant because I have not taken the time to map them out? What dreams have I abandoned because I was afraid to plan? This is not a moment for self-pity. It is a moment for decision. You have the power to take control of your life today. You have the power to design a plan that will carry you forward. No matter your age, background, or circumstances, finally, remember that progress is cumulative. Every step, no matter how small, adds up over time. A plan transforms small, consistent actions into massive results. Jim Rohn often said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Planning is the discipline that turns vision into reality. Without it, even the most talented, hardworking, and ambitious people can find themselves going in circles, frustrated, and unfulfilled. So take a moment, reflect, decide, write down your goals. Map out your steps. Anticipate obstacles. Schedule reviews. Commit to action. Build discipline. Celebrate progress. Adjust when needed. And remember this simple truth: no plan, no progress. Let it guide you. Let it inspire you. Let it push you to become the person you were meant to be. Life is too precious, too fleeting, and too full of potential to drift aimlessly. With a plan in your hand and determination in your heart, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The future is waiting. Your dreams are waiting. Your best life is waiting. And it all begins with a plan. Take the first step today, and you will find that every subsequent step becomes easier, more confident, and more powerful. Because when you plan, you progress. And when you progress, you live a life of purpose, impact, and fulfillment. No plan, no progress. Remember it, live it, and watch as your life transforms beyond what you ever imagined.